I am on the rise. I was told only the strong survive. The difference between y'all and I, without wings, I was born to fly. Get your game face on. 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 'Cause I'm coming to play, boy. Get your game face on. Get your game face on. 'Cause I'm coming to play, boy.
If you drive about an hour and a half northeast of Saskatoon, you'll find us, Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, the host of this year's Canadian Juniors. This city also has the hottest team in the Western Hockey League, the Prince Albert Raiders. Their home, the Art Hauser Center, and we're taking over this weekend for the best young curlers across the country. Coming inside the building, as always, glad you're watching our coverage right here on TSN. Brian Mudrick, joined by Kathy Gauthier, and we're in curling country, so why not a great rivalry? It is a rivalry on the prairie, Saskatchewan versus Manitoba.
Well, I went on record last year after watching this Ryland Kleiter's team at 4-5, saying they were the best team with a losing record I had seen. They have worked very hard and deserve to be in this semifinal.
So many teams competing for a shot to represent Canada, 14 in total from across our country. That was broken down to a championship pool of 8. From there, the top 3 make the playoffs. No tiebreakers needed on the men's side. There you see Manitoba, Saskatchewan in the semifinal, and BC, Tyler Tardy, wow. He'll be chasing his 3rd consecutive gold medal at the Canadian Juniors. He's into the final tomorrow. But first up, the semifinal, Saskatchewan and Manitoba. And for Ryland Kleiter, interesting story. His 3rd consecutive national juniors. His first 2 times, he didn't crack 500 with his record. However, this time around, he's come up big. His first TV game, his first semifinal. However, the question is, can he rebound from a tough game yesterday versus Manitoba?
Well, it's interesting. The score didn't indicate how close the game was, but for Ryland, he has had great numbers this week. He is second only to Tyler Tardy, but yesterday shot 68% against Manitoba. That can't be good enough tonight to win.
JT Ryan, Manitoba, he's been knocking on the door. Last year, a bronze medal in Shawinigan. He was a first-team All-Star as a skip. He wants to get to the final desperately. So, Kathy, what could be the difference this year for JT?
Well, I think that for JT, it's draw weight. He has made some great shots, but he's had games where he has struggled to put that rock where it needs to go. Needs to have great draw weight against this tough Saskatchewan team.
What's the scouting report in his 3rd? Is he any good?
Oh, he's like his mother. He's awesome.
That would be your son, Jacques Gauthier. So we have an analyst, we have a nervous mom, and we should have a fantastic game tonight. It is our 2nd semifinal. It is Saskatchewan going for their first men's title since 2011. Meantime, can JT start his own Ryan Express? First rock next, right here on TSN.
The 2019 New Holland Canadian Juniors, brought to you by New Holland. #TogetherBlue. The 2019 New Holland Canadian Juniors, brought to you by Scotties, Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere. Proud sponsors of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts for over 35 years. By Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Saturday night in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, our 2nd semifinal on TSN. It is Saskatchewan versus Manitoba. It is time to meet the teams, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how, and we begin with Team Saskatchewan, your skip. 20 years of age, Ryland Kleiter at 3rd, Trevor Johnson 2nd, Josh Mattern, and lead, Matt Tyon. Meantime, Team Manitoba out of Winnipeg in the Assiniboine Memorial Curling Club. Skip, 21 years of age, JT Ryan 3rd, Jacques Gauthier 2nd, Jordan Peters, and the lead is Cole Chandler. Your rock colors tonight, Saskatchewan, the Redstones, Manitoba, the Yellowstones, and it will be Team Saskatchewan with Hammer in this crucial semifinal. Winner moves on to take on BC in that gold medal game tomorrow. And to start things off, it is the Team Manitoba lead, and that would be 20-year-old Cole Chandler.
And Saskatchewan, with their record in the round robin at 8-2, clearly ahead of Manitoba's 7-3, and so by virtue of that, they got last rock and choice of color. And the teams do get to choose rocks from any of the 5 sheets in the building.
14-3, shot. Good boy.
Matt Dion leads stones for Team Saskatchewan, his third appearance of the Canadian Juniors. And this team out of the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon, where Matt is actually an ice technician. Never hurts to have an ice technician in your back pocket, right, when you're gearing up for such competitions?
Well, and you know, if someone like Matt is going to be talking to Darren Glessy, ice maker, on a regular basis, asking how much did you clip, what did you do, and those are questions that anybody can ask, but they're going to mean more to someone like Matt because of the business that he's in.
Okay, whoa, just clean, clean. Yeah, Jordan a bit, yep.
And Cole, the lefty on this team, right on the nose as they trade hits here early.
Good weight. Yeah. Okay. A little more. There more.
Okay, just
clean.
Just clean.
These teams are relatively even through the order. 2% separates the leads with the edge to Cole Chandler by 2% over the course of the entire week, so we would call that a non-factor. But I'll tell you where he is a factor. He will put on a show this evening with his brushing. He puts so much pressure. He is so low and is very, very effective.
It's nice. Clean.
And these teams know each other pretty well, considering they played each other about 24 hours ago in their final matchup. It was Manitoba winning 10-4, and that avoided a tiebreaker with a pretty good team out of Northern Ontario and Tanner Horgan, who we've seen in a couple of national finals. So interesting that Team Horgan could not break through. A lot of people thought maybe this was their year.
Well, it's interesting. For Tanner Horgan, there's only 4 teams that he's one of them. So 3 competitors out of Northern Ontario. And if you watch over the course of time, he's not had very much of a contest. So his focus has been beating up on Brad Jacobs to get to the Brier, playing with Mark Keane this year. And so Jake Horgan, who's been a great third, has been playing second. And so it was different for them coming in. This Jake goes back to third. They're playing with players they haven't played with all year, and it showed.
It's nice. Normal. Air firm. Whoa then. Whoa, Cole a bit. Hard Cole to it. Roll it up. Okay, that's right. My bad.
Well, coming off that loss yesterday, it's so important for Saskatchewan to capitalize early with that last rock advantage. That will negate what happened yesterday and scoreboard manage. Ryland had an opportunity to take one and be ahead yesterday and played a big cross-house double, missed, gave Manitoba a steal that changed momentum in the game. Always watch what's happening behind you on the scoreboard.
Stay with it. Line's good, right here.
Might be there. Curling.
Okay, you got room. Line's perfect.
Here you see Josh Mattern, another lefty on the ice tonight.
Line's perfect still.
Pretty tight.
14-6.
Pretty tight. Pretty tight. We might be in.
That's good. 6. Attaboy, Josh. Good shot.
We're good. Nice shot, Josh.
And for Manitoba, the key is setting up the ends really well, and that is the focus on Cole Chandler's first time in this big setting, if you will, and also draw weight. We talked a bit about that in the opening. For JT, needs to make a big one early to give him confidence.
And the keys to the game are brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue, soft and absorbent for over 95 years.
Just T-line.
Like this up for the
T-line?
Yeah.
T-line.
All right. Probably similar weight. It's going to be a little quicker this time. Hair more.
Yeah.
Probably like a 20, 25.
Yeah, like a 20.
Most of the Saskatchewan team, Kathy, has been together for about 8 or 9 years, and they've been impressive in Saskatchewan the last few years. Their team is 35-0 in recent provincial playdowns. That includes 3 juniors and 2 U18 competitions in their home province. So obviously they have gelled, and the hard work is paying off.
Not quite yet.
Wait,
Okay, starting to go a bit now.
Top 8. Gotta go.
Okay, line's good, boys. All you. All you.
Close.
14-3.
Keep it clean for sure.
Line's perfect. Oh boy,
So
TJ
many
got it.
advantages to staying together over time. As the Saskatchewan team has done, you have better communication skills, You've come through some really great experiences, some not so great experiences. The tough part is at this age is typically you have players that age out and then you're looking for somebody new, but not so this Saskatchewan team.
Yep. 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 Green. Green.
And your son right on the nose. And Kathy, I have to ask, obviously, as a parent, you've been here all week. You've been watching Jacques compete, and I'll let you tell us. I mean, the emotions as an analyst and a mom watching your young man here that I know you're so proud of.
Well, I am. I'm super proud of both of my kids. My daughter Gaëtan just got back from the Manitoba Scotties today, and I watched Jacques, and I'm so proud that they love this game. And I have to say, obviously, I'm not even going to pretend that I don't want Manitoba to win. My son's on the team. He's my child. But I do find that in as much as when I coach Gaëtan's team, my mother hat comes off because I'm more effective as a coach if the emotion's out. And I feel the same way tonight. I'm not as nervous watching him as I would be if I was sitting in the crowd. But you better work on that intern.
And I'll be keeping you in line up here, just so you know, too. So. And a lot of great family ties. We just heard from the three-time Scotties champion who's in the booth with me. And obviously this young man, he's got the curling roots as well in JT Ryan, who's delivering his first stone here in one, right on the nose. Obviously, Pops is a world curling champion in Jeff, throwing third rocks for Carrie Burtnick back in 1995 on that great Manitoba team. And, of course, Uncle Pat, two-time world curling champ. And we talked about that Ryan Express and this young Ryan hoping to start his own Express here in junior.
Yeah, it'll finish up good here.
Well, JT not even making his way down to the other end, trying to ensure that they have extra time on the clock if they need it. He knows no matter what, it'll be a wide open hit, or if it's a rollout, it will be a draw.
Really impressed with this young man in talking with him, in his skill and ability, in the way he's gotten better and better. And Kathy, you tell the best story about Rylan Kleiter and watching him as you've watched your son the last few years at these nationals, and your comment about him was?
Just that they are so, so good. And it's just, I talked to the coach at one point this week, and we talked about last year that they did so many good things, they just couldn't seem to convert them to W's. And they've done a few more things this year, and they've just essentially stayed at it. Just a really strong team, a very likable team.
Real hard. Can't hurt it. Go, go, go.
They were 4 and 5, Kathy, in Victoria and Shawinigan in back-to-back years. And you said, I can't believe this team has this record because they look like they should be so much better. But that hard work is showing here this year in 2019.
It really has paid off. It's paid off in wins. It's paid off in numbers in terms of their statistics. They are better.
Here you go, boys. Let's make it, huh?
Yep. Should run, eh?
Is he not a doppelganger for Catlin Schneider? I mean,
he looks a lot, a lot like him.
So they run him up and down here in this first end. Final stone on the way for Rylan Kleiter. And Rylan, bang, away it goes. So settle in, folks. Should be a fantastic semifinal here. Battle of the Prairies here on TSN on a Saturday night. Welcome back inside Art Hauser Center, built back in 1971. And home to the Prince Albert Raiders, currently on a 6-game road trip. They are red hot, not only the best team in the Western Hockey League, but the top team in the entire CHL. So they are rolling. And it's been a great venue all week long for this year's New Holland Canadian Juniors. A blank on the board in the first end, so here in two, it is Saskatchewan throwing the Red Stones. And with Hammer one more time, and a few rocks in play, as you saw at home, that Rylan Kleiter said, all right, room was up. They were looking for that high corner guard, came in a little bit deep.
It's interesting, Brian, you talk about this being a hockey town, and yet when they called out for volunteers for this event, one of the rules were that you had to donate 30 hours of your time to be a volunteer. And in speaking to some of the coordinators, Donna Gignac and Elaine McCoy, who used to play for Sherry Anderson from out here, they said they couldn't give half of the volunteers all the hours because there were so many. So tremendous support for having this curling event in this building. and in this city.
Well, you're a Winnipeg girl, and I grew up in northern Alberta, so I mean, we are in curling country. It's always great when you come back to the prairies. No shortage of volunteers or curlers, for that matter.
Well, that little bounce off allows Jordan to attempt a hit and roll away.
Good.
And essentially takes away the corner guard for Saskatchewan.
Good shot, JP.
There's that control weight. Doesn't want to be overburied, just takes away going around. And so this is the run back.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Yes. Hard, Matt. And you roll, Trev.
All right. It's not bad.
Missed it. I like it.
So, Kathy, nobody better for a scouting report than you. So, JT and Jacques, they were first-team All-Stars last year in Shawinigan. They won that bronze medal. And the one thing they have had the last 2 years is either players aging out or having some new faces. So, you have Cole and you have Jordan, new faces. How have they fit into this squad?
Really well. Jordan was the skip, as we watch him now, of the team that they beat in the finals last year. And his decision to move down to second, you know, you almost wonder, because sometimes that doesn't go very well, but he has embraced the position, become very good at it. Cole is widely recognized as the best lead, I think, in Manitoba and junior men's curling. It has been the chemistry with the team that I'm not going to lie. It took him a little bit to fit different roles, figure out who does what, but it's certainly come together.
Go, Eddie, go. Good.
Another example we'll see tomorrow in Matthew Hall, who was a skip for Ontario and now joining the powerhouse
also
Sardi
stepping
team.
down to play second. And it's interesting because Matthew Hall is the top shooter and Jordan is the second in terms of all seconds. And both of those players had to learn a new position. And it's not automatic. Skipping and moving to a different position doesn't mean that you're going to be very good at it.
Yep.
They just both are.
Yep. Hard, Matt. Whoa.
Real close.
Get it.
Attaboy.
Very nice.
And just out as well, so lovely shot.
And Ryland was calling that 2 shots earlier, but unfortunately it was with a Manitoba stone. This time it's his own that he runs back. Gets 2 Manitoba stones, a little bit thinner, and he would have stuck also behind the corner guard. Manitoba still lies 1, a chance for Jacques to go around and take away that run back that will be the next call by Saskatchewan.
If anything, guys. Line's nice. Line's good. Line's really. Line's perfect.
T-line.
No, that's
On
too
it,
deep.
on it.
On it?
Yeah, almost.
Sit.
Starting to bite, but still there.
It's okay.
For Team Saskatchewan, this team based out of Saskatoon, and obviously this is the way and road they took to get here. A 5-1 record, and then of course you advance to the championship pool. Their loss to Manitoba, we talked about that, and overall 8-2, and obviously for Ryland improving each and every time. And they had some great experiences this season as well. Played a slam event in Battleford. They faced, here, let me check this. Kevin Cooey, Brad Jacobs, Reed Carruthers. Ho-hum for your first 3 games. And picked up valuable experience, and have actually qualified for the men's provincials for the first time in Saskatchewan as well. And if they happen to win this thing, what a way to prepare for the Worlds in Canada, because the schedules won't conflict. So a perfect storm in Saskatchewan, could you say, if they manage to come through.
Well, for Trevor, just a little bit full and heavy, went by the outside. And had he made that perfectly on top, it would have allowed the run back to lie 2 buried on their next one. But instead, advantage again to Manitoba to try to cap this off, but needs to be in front and not tap those stones.
Curl.
Sit.
Curl. It's okay.
That's okay.
And Kathy, no one better to explain their road than you. I think you've been here all week watching.
Well, I have, and those losses against Nova Scotia, Northern Ontario, just games in which they didn't execute when they really needed to. It was the draw. The key that I noticed on the last board, it was 8 points that Saskatchewan has scored at an average in a game. 6.3 is good, but Saskatchewan much better at finding ways to generate points.
Line's good.
So Saskatchewan with hammer here in 2, but those yellow stones, that wall piling up in the 4-foot.
Easy early.
Weight's close. Top 4. Gotta go here. Like to go.
Oh, can't go yet.
Not yet.
Saskatchewan playing a very aggressive game. They have hammer, but there is a lot of clutter in that 4-foot area, and Ryland wants to make sure that he's got a good shot on his final one.
Yep, Josh. Yep. All right,
That's
pretty good.
Good touch.
And that is second shot, I believe.
Tuck up a guard. Nose tapping this.
Or freeze.
Yeah.
2 shots away.
Yeah, we could just go in here. Yeah, I like it. If he plays a bomb at it, we got something because the 7 should spin somewhere.
Yeah, kind of like the draws I was throwing earlier, that one I
Yeah.
think we gave here.
Yeah.
For me, mine, that's
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna guess they can get a 15.5 there.
Yeah, as long as weight's good, it'll come. Anything heavy, it just runs.
Right.
Well, for Manitoba, the reason that they want to go there is when they talk about if he plays the bomb, they know that this is likely going to be a shot for Ryland, and he certainly can throw that up weight. The shooter should roll to the left and give Manitoba a bit of an out. So you don't want to be right on top because that makes the run back easier, but you want to duck around to make the run back a little bit tougher.
Line's nice, guys.
Top 12. Weight's good.
So there's a few lefties in this game, including JT. Is that
Yes.
any advantage at all to JT to watch a few lefty releases in this game?
100%, especially if you've got someone on your own team that is a lefty, because the way an intern works for a lefty is going to move different than it does for a right-handed person.
Oh, yep.
So having Cole provides that help.
Nice shot, JT. Thanks. There you go.
Could play that too,
The red?
but that might not end
No,
up
that's
too
going to
good,
end up
right?
spilling this
Yeah.
one going out over there.
Yeah. What if you freezes doesn't do us any good though either?
He might hit and roll.
What do you guys like?
I don't
could
mind
just
running the guard in.
We could just remove this one for
What
now
happens
too.
if you touch this yellow on the right?
This one?
Yeah.
I think this will spill. What if you play this
You
for
think
now?
the red spills?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind a freeze, kind of around here? Freeze tap. Is that going to do anything?
I don't think that'll do much unless you play it with a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Move it to there.
Yeah, and then you have a
Yeah.
shot for your one at least,
Yeah.
right?
I'd like to sit right there.
No, like you're play to like spill it to like here.
Well, then,
What
he's
do you
able,
think?
then he's able to draw another one right in there or even right there.
I
Yeah.
guess hitting that one's not terrible, like, because you're going to have a shot
Yeah.
then.
There-
But
yeah.
Steel of one isn't bad here, guys,
No.
so keep in mind.
Yeah. What are you thinking then?
I don't mind going
Freeze?
right there.
Okay.
He's just going to guard it, though.
how are
Yeah.
we, how are
we
we,
can't be here though. What?
if
If we're
freeze-
sitting here, we can maybe always hit this and it'll spill.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a chance
Okay.
it could spill.
Let's go there then.
I don't mind
like
it.
that. Probably just regular draw, middle 12.
is where you
A little
have
bump's not bad, right?
We got to sit on the edge. Rather be higher, I think.
Okay. Oh, you can't leave in the double.
No, we'll be buried though.
So when they're on the edge, they want to be there. Their theory is that they're going to have this to run in,
what do you guys
or
like here
depending on what JT does, they may have this to run in on the other side as well.
guys like here for
The
speed?
challenge with this is where you cannot be is right about there, because that gives you the double, and there would not be that many red rocks in play, but there would be a lot of yellow. So placement of stones very precise here in the second end.
Line's good. Line's good.
Felt pretty
And
close.
if a big
Line-
weight shot is needed, this Ryland Kleiter can definitely throw big weight accurately.
Top 4.
Yep.
Top 4.
Kleiter, a student at the University of Saskatchewan.
Bounce it off a bit.
And we get a good look at how good his front end is on the brush. A little tap. It is still second shot stone.
Really good weight.
And what do they do to the alignment here, Kathy?
Well, it's more how much JT can see from the hack.
No, you can't. I think he'll just lose his backing.
I don't think he can.
Okay, well then.
He can't, yeah. If he plays anything out, he might give us 3.
You ever just follow him or
put up a guard on that side?
This is great. I mean, I don't.
If you roll off,
We roll up. It's not great. Yeah.
You could just throw up a guard on this side.
Corner.
Sure.
I think corner guard, he throws it away.
Sure. Yeah. What are you thinking, like mid-8?
Mid-8, sure.
Let's go, buddy.
Right? You like that?
I don't think you can get it out, to be honest.
Well, greed is evil. And so, you know, Jacques was talking about what if we kind of come down here. The problem is that if you do that and say you happen to bounce off and your stone rolls over here, because it's not exactly precise, now you've given your opponent a chance to move these stones out of here and all of a sudden get back in this game. The way those angles are right now, for JT to throw a guard, it is difficult for Ryland to make any sort of angle on the shot stone, given how many stones are in play, and to remove it.
Just here.
Right on your broom.
Your broom.
Cole's
Or
raw.
maybe a hair. Yep, Cole.
Right on your broom.
Cover the canola here. Yep. That's good.
Keep it going.
Keep going a little bit, maybe.
And I would not be surprised to see Ryan Kleiter just throw the stone away.
You heard them chatting on the microphones too. They'd be just fine. A steal of 1 is no big deal. We move on.
And he is just going to throw it away because the risk of running something in removes those two. And so for Ryland Kleiter, did not mind giving one away, but for Manitoba, that steal essentially takes away the benefit of the hammer.
So our first point on the board, it is a steal point as Manitoba and JT Ryan lead. Welcome back to Prince Albert, known as the Gateway to the North here in Saskatchewan. Our first night and our second semifinal of the day on TSN. A stolen point in that second end for Team Manitoba, and that was certainly a theme yesterday in their game against the Saskatchewan team. Manitoba with 4 stolen ends, combining for 7 points yesterday, and that obviously was the difference.
It was absolutely the difference in that game. Manitoba got down early 4-1 at one point and got a deuce and then fought themselves back in. And so for Saskatchewan, one of the keys that I felt was to score early and utilize that hammer. But you heard Ryland's confidence about, you know, if we give a steal, it's not bad. So clearly they're comfortable with that tactic, and if you give up one, the risk and reward scenario.
10:03.
Really good sweep to save that.
Thanks.
Solid control.
All right.
Go, Jordan.
Beak.
Just on the nose, eh?
Yeah, just nose.
Let's go, buddy. Just control.
Clean, yep.
Even soft.
To it.
Hard.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Yep.
Really hard. Gotta
Jordan
go.
Peters,
Cole, hold it.
second stones for Team Manitoba.
Hard, hard, hard.
Okay.
What a brush there from Ryland Kleiter. And right out. Hopefully Russ Howard is taking notes of that sweeping by the skip back home.
Give it to us. Yeah.
Yeah, that rock is in the 8-foot if Rusty's sweeping it.
He would have spun up to the top 8-foot with Russ sweeping.
Russ,
Looks there.
we do love you.
Looks there.
How much?
Looks like T at least.
Okay, well then.
Actually, I suspect that Russ is not that far from us, with Ashley playing in the Saskatchewan Scotties this week in Humboldt.
Mine's really good.
Back 4.
Back
Okay,
here.
well then.
13-9,
Well,
13-9.
Want me to go here? Or?
Nope, gotta sit.
Okay.
Sit.
Mine's perfect.
Just behind T.
Sit.
Good shot. Atta boy.
Nice shot.
Nicely done. That stone is buried a little bit deeper than they wanted it to be.
You could, yeah.
Go, buddy. Go, okay.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Yep. A little bit. Shot, Jordan.
For JT Ryan, his 3rd straight appearance at Canadian Juniors. And that experience here, TV lights, big-time games, well, that's obviously crucial.
I think a lot, especially going back to when we lost 2 games in a row. In a normal bonspiel, usually you're out if you lose a couple in a row, but in an event like this or a provincials, you have to have a very short memory because you're not out. So there's no sense in being upset until you're completely out of it. And I think that for every year we've been been coming here, we've been doing a better job of doing that.
Starting to curl.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I do, and I also think that you can tell by JT's manner that he is a pretty Perry Como-like kind of guy. He's not excitable, he's very chill about it, but you do learn that you have to forget and move on quickly in a round-robin scenario.
Can you run it?
Like that?
He said too, Kathy, he watched tapes of his dad playing back in the day, Jeff, and he said, you know what? The sentimental choice of a curler I look up to is obviously my dad. And he said, in watching my dad, he was pretty chill and laid back too on the ice. And he said, you know, it's kind of cool that I emulate him a little bit on the ice.
Can you go across the face?
No.
Yeah? You might jam
I'd
back
rather
here,
throw
but
the out.
everything would be out of the way.
I'd rather throw the out. I just didn't think it was enough
turn
ice.
a little low, try to spin it off the back.
What? Can we just...
Like this.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, sure.
You might roll to the center,
Sure.
too.
The stone that's now the problem for Manitoba is their own, and that's the one that is out of the house but still in play at the back. To run this back, he can make contact perfectly and still jam, and so that's what the discussion has been about, where to hit it.
Watch it. Watch ours. It's good.
So your son, Jacques, also a cousin to Tyler Tardy, who is in the final, and a cool story for him is he went as the alternate to the Worlds in Aberdeen, Scotland, and not just a guy to carry the broom bags and hang out, but Jacques got a chance to play in a lot of those games too, and that must have been massive for him.
Do you know what? I think it was wonderful. First of all, Jacques and Tyler have a very special relationship. They always have. And, of course, his other cousin was on the team at the time with Jordan. And, you know what, it was not only a great experience to go. He wasn't being taken as a family member. He was going because he had experience. He was an all-star third, and they thought he could help. And he's also got the kind of personality that fits in. And he did get to play 3 games. He always says about a moment when he got to coach, because I think my brother went to the bathroom and they called a timeout, and so he got his debut as coaching at the Worlds. And he had just a great time. And it's one of those experiences that should this team advance and have an opportunity to play, what he learned last year would only help.
Oh, we threw normal out here in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
first. Where do I have you, like here?
I think a little more. Yeah.
Did he talk about it all wanting to earn, though, that maple leaf on his back?
He did, and in fact, he has the gold medal from the Worlds in his room on his doorknob to remind him of that, but he would not allow me to put it in the living room where there are his awards or anything about curling, because he didn't feel like he earned the spot or earned the medal, even though he was a part of the team.
Okay.
I thought so it wouldn't get in the way of your Scotties medals
Well,
that
I
are paraded
did.
through the house.
There is some truth to that. Well, that's a mistake for Jacques to roll out, because with Saskatchewan coming short, it was an opportunity for Manitoba to lie 2, and now for Saskatchewan, a chance to lie 2 back.
Or I liked on the high side, just because I thought that was...
20-year-old Trevor Johnson and Trevor and Josh, well, they share a team and they share birthdays. Both 20 years of age, both born on November the 15th.
Actually still come up a little bit. Yeah, it's a good shot.
Good.
Nice, hangs around the outside.
Good job, buddy. Straight there. Good shot.
Really nice throw. I thought it was going to move.
It's close. I guess it's almost impossible to stuff it, eh?
I don't think there's any way that ever...
It looks like it goes over the top, for sure. I think nose is really close. If you like it, we can play this. Just...
No, I don't hate this.
They're playing the run double attempt.
Anywhere high is good. Let's go, buddy.
Nose is pretty close. It will clip off one
I think you want to hit it a little
of the
high,
redstones and
actually.
go towards the one on the wings. Feeling if it over curls, at a minimum they get 1.
Yeah, maybe 2/3, 7/8.
Your run's real nice.
It's just off nose for the shot.
Is this his sweet spot shot here?
He loves to hit.
Yeah.
Yes! Whoa!
Whoa!
Close.
No, never.
JT Ryan, roll it over, bang, red goes. What a shot from the Manitoba skip.
Well, that's a great shot for JT. They initially looked at just playing the hit and roll, but saw that the angles were there. The worst case scenario is you get 1, and instead he gets 2.
He might be pretty good in a poker game with Kevin Cooey. You know, you look at his face after a shot made or missed, and you don't see a lot there.
No.
There you go. Nice 10.
Yep. Yeah, charge run pretty good, hey?
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Here you go, boys. Make it.
Yeah, I thought so.
On the nose? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a veteran play from Jacques. He covers his mouth like in the NFL, so you don't see what he's saying. You got to remind him that the microphones are on.
Yeah, buddy, covering your Put a clipboard in front of you, Bill Belichick. If you're talking on microphone, we can still hear you.
I love it, though. That's great.
Hard! Hard!
Gotta go.
Jesus. Okay.
And just enough to remove that yellow stone.
Good sweep.
Right.
That didn't run like Trevor's, so. That didn't run like Trevor's.
And he's right in the spot Ryland was where it'll either
really run like
track
yours.
or start to really curl. And just the down weight is what caught the curl. Probably a pretty good throw.
Just need a little more for me.
I'm thinking I can almost just throw the same I threw in the first and just have them hammer it.
What?
I can probably throw the same weight I threw in the first and they can just sweep it back.
Sure, yeah.
And just so you know, I did teach him to say pardon me, not what.
Okay.
Well, we've been looking to muzzle you for years up here, Kathy, but
Are we going back to it? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Pinch less.
what kind of time are we looking for here, Kathy? We've seen a game here earlier today.
I would say it's probably about 15 and a half, which is really, really quick ice. And now Manitoba trying to use that stone that was actually in their way earlier. For JT to draw somewhere in front of it would make the blank much more difficult for Ryland.
Hard right through. Hard, hard, hard. Yep. Gotta go.
And that's the draw weight challenges that we talked about sometimes.
Fly far, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
Before.
Should be out by far. Yeah, it's got like an inch.
Really good, mate. Good try,
Well, from this angle, it certainly looks like it's out, and from that one as well.
Really accurate.
Yeah.
Looks out.
Good.
So for Ryland, an opportunity to chart a piece of ice. His final stone in 3, and he chooses the in turn. Has a look. He'll put that in the memory bank for later in the game. Yeah, boys, I think it's out. Blank on the board. It's 1-0 Manitoba. Welcome back to the Canadian Junior Men's Curling Championship, held every year since way back in 1950. The first site ever, Quebec City. And here in 2019, we are in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. A few blanks on the board. One in the first, one in the third, and the only point, a steal in that second end from JT Ryan. So here in 4, once again, it is Ryland Kleiter with hammer, throwing the red stones. And lead stones on the way, as you've been watching. And lead stones from the Saskatchewan team from Matt Tyon.
Now, Cole Chandler's guard did not curl enough, and so the shot stone is exposed.
Hard, gotta go.
You know what? I almost wonder if that picked something.
Roll that down if you can.
We're right behind the sheet, and it does break hard,
Little light, hey?
but it almost looked like it caught.
We said just back line.
Okay.
Yeah, low light.
It's a little bit more stick, I think. There. Good throw, Matt.
Not all bad. He opens up the front. He actually rolls to a corner guard, so essentially he's got corners on both sides that Saskatchewan can utilize.
Should be fine. Weight's good.
Cole's rock right now.
Don't want
Cole,
to
just go.
Don't want to.
3 on its own, I think.
Sit down.
Almost in.
Cole, go.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. What?
Is that on the broom?
Too easy to get it with hack.
Okay, hack's good.
Tons of curl here.
We mentioned, Kathy, the first ever Canadian Men's Junior Championship, 1950. The women started in Vancouver in 1971, and then they combined venues for the first time back in 1987. And the first time they did that was right here, actually, in Prince Albert. So the second time this great city has hosted this event, and great competition all week long from the men and women.
And I think it's wonderful. Here's a great demonstration of that great brushing by Matt Tyon. His head is right over the broom head, putting a ton of pressure on the stick.
Made that a little bit sooner. That's pretty good.
I think so.
And you talked about the joint together. There is no question that both junior men and women love it being together. You've got, you know, social activities beyond that, but it allows the junior men from a province to cheer for the junior women and vice versa. And so you're here as a bigger family, which helps you to have that team aspect that you don't get at a Briar Scotties when you're on your own.
Hard call.
Not moving at all.
Go, buddy. Go. Keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
And who knows, might even find a girlfriend in the mix.
Well, it's happened.
We could have switched the weights around. It would have been good.
Yeah. Didn't do anything crazy
No, it
though,
didn't do
eh?
it. Line's good.
Looks there to me.
Okay,
I think we're there.
A little tight if anything.
Close.
Line's good.
I think we're there. T-line.
Yep.
T-line.
Yeah,
you gotta go line.
Yep. Whoa.
T-line.
Whoa,
line. Whoa.
Room.
Line only.
Close
Line
still,
only.
Trev. Yep. Whoa.
Coming down.
Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
above T.
Line's good.
Just above T.
Whoa, line's perfect.
Whoa, no. We're good.
Oh, just T.
Sit.
Yeah, a little
Very
bit.
nice.
Great spot.
Nice shot.
Nice weight, eh? Too good, bro. Whoa.
T-line. Whoa, line. Whoa.
Room.
Line
good.
only.
Close
Line
still,
only.
Trev. Yep. Whoa.
Coming down.
Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
above T.
Line's good.
Just above T.
Whoa, line's perfect.
Whoa, no. We're good.
Oh,
There
just
is
T,
no
just T.
such thing on the curling ice as over-communicating. And one of the things that the Saskatchewan team does so well is share information all the time. And that comes from the years together.
Sit.
And Jacques Gauthier, a nice run back and sticks his yellow. Sitting 12-foot, shot stone.
It's a good shot, runs it back, keeps it behind the guard, and leaves his own shooter right there. And that's it. And so that's something they can utilize.
Yeah.
Need to go more.
To get through that hole, you're going to be like open, I
Yeah,
think,
you're
with the
gonna be wide
curl. Yeah,
open.
that's what I'm saying. I think you'd rather hit and roll over draw.
I don't like these guards here, though, either.
Well, if we make a draw, they're not using those guards, right?
Yeah.
They're chasing us.
Okay, I don't mind this, then.
Yeah. Okay.
And Ryland's point is that if you play that intern through the port between the yellow and the red guards, it curls so much it's going to wind out in the open, which means that Manitoba can pick it out. So they're going to utilize the other corner guard. And while I understand that for Ryland, he doesn't like the two yellow Manitoba stones in front of the house, I agree with this player who yelled down, if we make a play and we're in the house, Manitoba is going to chase you.
You go.
Gotta go.
You may have noticed, Kathy, Team Saskatchewan's pants.
Well, they're hard to not notice.
Hard to miss. And I know Saskatchewan is in Canada. I figured that out on my own.
Not Alsrud.
They were inspired by Alsrud's team, and they've been wearing these pants for a number of years, apparently. So they like to put on a splash.
They are colorful.
They are.
Tag on edge. Okay, yeah, control. Jordan's into a thing.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm there.
Here, buddy.
Control.
Hair less than Jordan.
Oh. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Yep. Gotta go. Yep. Real hard, Jordan.
Hard.
Do it. Hard.
Oh, hard! Hard roll! Go!
We mentioned earlier, Kathy, that Ryland looks a lot like Caitlin Schneider. Well, they have more than that in common. And this is what I'm talking about. Ryland is an outstanding football player in the Canadian Junior Football League for the Saskatoon Hilltops. He's a receiver and a kicker, winning 3 Canadian titles. He competed at nationals in soccer as well. And how about this? In March of 2018, he had ACL and meniscus knee surgery. He was back 6 months later. So he's obviously a phenomenal athlete on the curling sheet, on the gridiron. And Caitlin obviously was a fantastic football player as well. And you know the story with him, an exceptional curler. So looks like him, plays like him. And that's a pretty good compliment for this young man, Ryland.
And it does also speak to the fitness ability of Ryland. We talked so much about how curling has become an athletic sport. back in the day, it wasn't always the case. But these teams at this level are in the gym all the time. They are taking care of themselves. And playing multi-sport really helps to broaden your cardio and your strength, all of those things that make a difference on a week-long event.
I was like, I didn't know if he was going to make contact there. It was just running.
And they put in the work, Kathy. I was told they played over 100 games in the last few seasons. They practice twice a week. They've attended a lot of curling camps, including ones held by Kevin Martin, and have done all they can to improve their game. And it doesn't happen by accident, getting on this TV game and making a semifinal. I mean, they have put in the work.
Jordan! Gotta go.
Straight.
It's just right there. That's fine.
Well, both teams struggling to get a roll behind either the center or corner guards,
Just 10?
leaving each other the opportunity for the other skip or third, as it were, to make a shot.
I still think that's good, though.
Not so far.
Sorry, Ross.
Just hit and roll. We want to roll to the far right now.
It's incredible. I've had meniscus and knee problems, and to come back, I mean, it's good to be young, obviously, but to come back from that type of injury, and I mean, football, curling, I mean, the way you're bending on the knee all the time, and I mean, Reed Carruthers, remember, a guy had to rebuild his entire delivery because of knee problems, right? So good for him to be back and competing at a high level.
Yeah, he got like a 14. Okay, stay close. Whoa.
Ryland's 20, by the way, Kathy. He just misses the cutoff for another year. He's July 4th.
Oh, wow.
And it's July 30th, obviously. You want to be 20 or under by then, so.
Well, clearly there is a bit of a path in there that just does not want to move off.
I like the same ice.
Same ice as here last week?
Oh, yeah, I'll try to throw it better.
Same weight.
I'm going to throw a little less.
Okay.
That was because I was probably firm control, eh? Yeah.
Just a little less ice. Yeah.
Roll and show him half is pretty good. It'd be tight for me to roll it fully buried.
Yeah, nose is fine too.
So both these skips in their final year of junior eligibility, and they both know what's at stake in the semifinal, an opportunity to advance to the gold medal game tomorrow.
Whoa, Jordan, you gotta go to hit it.
Yeah, gotta go, Jordan. Really gotta go, bud.
Hard, Jordan.
Really gotta go.
Hard.
Straight there.
So a mistake there from JT, and another
anything,
blank on the way.
I like a little bit tighter ice. Not a bad end of blank.
Huh?
Not a bad end of blank.
Nice peel. Got really straight down that spot.
Interesting, Kathy, because there's been rocks in play. It's not like it's been up and down the last few ends, but a 1-0 game. And
it's a bit like we talked about earlier today, where in the junior women's final there, or semifinal, there were opportunities by both skips to put pressure on the other, and 4 shots in a row, we saw both teams having a chance to roll under, and neither were able to, and so this allows the blank, which is made.
He's been money in the bank on the blank so far for Ryland Kleiter. It is 1-0 Manitoba, and that was a stolen point for JT Ryan. Welcome back to our semifinal action here at the New Holland Canadian Juniors on TSN. Lead stones on the way. This one from Cole Chandler, 20 years of age, enjoying his first appearance at a Canadian Junior.
Mine's really good.
And so far, just 1 point on the board, a stolen point by JT Ryan and Team Manitoba. So a few blanks on the board, courtesy Ryland Kleiter and Team Saskatchewan out of Saskatoon. So here in 5, once again, it is Saskatchewan with Hammer throwing those red stones.
And once again, it is set up. Manitoba throwing the short guard, Cole going around, but because it's not in the 4-foot, Saskatchewan's not worried about that yet, and are going now to try to utilize that corner guard thrown by Matt on his first one. Same path.
No, line's good.
Yeah, trap tight.
Wait for
trap tight.
Yeah, go, Trev.
Hard trap.
Line's getting good.
Hard Trev.
Keep it going, Trev.
Hard, boys.
15-8. Yep.
Hard.
Hard. Gotta go. Just a bite. Yep.
A big scrub, and it looks like They're happy with us. Trevor Johnson, all he could to get a biter there, top 12.
Another guard? Or sink this way?
Matt thinks that rock is coming.
Good throw.
Is that in?
Mine was a draw.
If we go this way, this isn't that tough.
That's my only thought with the draw. They're closer together, right? You can throw the guard longer and the double's tougher.
Yeah. I think just a guard and just on this side of center.
It's hard to tell whether that stone is in, and you heard Matt say to one of his players, is it in? And they kind of shrugged. They're not sure, but it's something that is so splittable. All you have to do is graze it if it's not in.
1-2.
So the potential is huge with that stone.
Just a 1. 1-2. 2.
It can be Jacques.
2. Only that.
Close.
Oh, what? Good.
Yeah. That never jams over there?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Switch, Matt.
Stop nose, boys.
Joshua trying to run that front one back. Open up the front.
Hard. 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 Hard, Matt. You got to go. All right.
Just gets one, but the sigh of frustration is because of where he left his own guard there.
That was my thought, too. Same weight, even a hair less.
Yeah. I feel like there's something under it.
Line's good.
Careful.
Close, close.
Line's perfect.
How does it look?
Look.
We're good.
Jacques a bit. A little bit. Yep.
Hard,
yep.
baby.
Good.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard. You got it, Matt.
Make two go away.
Not a boy.
Nice shot.
Big weight, big shot.
Very nice. Leaves a lot up front, but most important, got rid of that stone in the house. And rolls that other stone out.
That's the only thing I see. You see anything else? That hole looks tough up there. Did you ever rip?
Wait.
No, then they still have two guards, though.
I guess so.
Just go around.
Go around the yellow wide?
It's just a little high, though.
Depending on how easy that hole is, up to you.
You can. I think it's kind of the same problem. Like, I think you're going to come open, but if he rolls away, we'll have a roll underneath.
I like what you called. If I make you, that's the best shot, right?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if you leave it in the hole.
I think we know how to get there, right? We've seen that spot a couple times.
No, I was thinking edge of 8.
No.
I was thinking just...
Does that look
we
big?
played mid-8 and we got to about here.
So isn't that close?
That's way.
Hair too much, I think.
Mid's close.
That looks close. That looks really close.
That other voice that you hear is Jordan Peters reminding you that he skipped last year and so is always watching the ice. I know all players are, but often you find that those that skip, I'm sure we'll hear that from Matt Hall tomorrow as well. You have a different sort of perception.
Easily T.
Trying to go through that
Line's
port.
close.
Coming down a bit.
Line's good. Close. Line's good. Jordan! Jordan! Oh,
all right. Yeah,
So Jacques Gauthier, right to the T line.
Well, and that was one of their concerns. If you get through the
Real good
hole,
try.
will it come out into the
This
open?
is the curly turn, right?
And you're right behind there, Kathy. You got a great vantage
Oh,
point.
it's wide
open.
You bet it is.
Where does he get his corn brooms?
okay, do you like
They're
normal?
kind of a dying breed, those brooms, aren't
Yeah,
they? You got to
know
find
what?
them.
They are tough. He had somebody give him one because in a fit of Gauthier anger one day, his somewhat disappeared.
Wonder where he gets that from.
It's fine.
His
Not
father.
bad. It's not bad. Told you.
Down.
Whoa.
Close.
Yep.
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 Yes, hard, Matt.
Hard. Hard. Hard, Matt. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Yep.
Right through the hole. And on the nose. So yes, the hole was obviously there.
Watch the brushing. This is why the Saskatchewan team is so good. Their brushers are great, but Matt Tyon can make a stone stay. Look at the strength to keep that stone straight. It just misses that. There's not a lot of sweepers that would have gotten that stone by. Brilliant.
And now Peter is trying to hold for Gauthier, and he can't. And an opening finally for Saskatchewan here in the fifth end.
Well, and even a bigger one if that stone that is arguably biting or not is in, Brian.
Yeah. You up, buddy? Good speed here, too. 30. Yeah. Yep.
Line's good.
Well, regardless of the outcome at this Canadian Juniors, this team will play in their first Saskatchewan men's tankard in Whitewood, Saskatchewan, starting February 6th. So pretty exciting for this young team out of the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon.
And it's wonderful how the timing works out this year, that should they win, there's no conflict.
And that looks like a tough mistake for Saskatchewan as they give it right back.
Unforced errors, we talk about those all the time.
Saw it last and it ran nice.
I don't mind control stuff.
I like control too.
Like there with my out?
Yep.
As a lefty, JT's out turn will run straighter than if this were Jordan or Jacques throwing an in turn, just because of the release point and where the handle goes before it starts its rotation.
You got it, buddy.
Control.
Firm.
No. Jordan.
Hard, Jordan.
Keep going.
Hard, Jordan.
Hard.
Jordan Peters all he can to try carve it over and hold the shooter.
Yep. Go. Yeah, sure, go.
And they roll it cross country, not quite though.
He knows it. What's he doing?
Pretty much totally
It
accessible.
is still wide open through that hole, you bet.
You probably got to play to roll to here, right?
Okay.
Do you like normal or control? Probably normal through that hole.
What turn
Sorry,
you
I just got
That's
lined
good.
up.
Okay.
Normal?
Well, you can throw control if you want, but if you want normal.
Well, I want to get the roll. We got to make sure we get the roll, right?
Okay.
Well, sticking around is more important.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, control then.
Okay.
Right there. It shouldn't move. This is the curly turn, though.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what I see down there.
Okay.
To me, it looks like I'm going to have to throw at least normal.
Okay.
Just to nose it.
Nose is really good.
What?
Nose is really good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with nose at all. Got full rock edge out and edge, okay?
Yeah.
What if we flop under with 10?
This way?
That looks good, yeah.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, I can see that.
It shouldn't curl crazy either.
No.
Well, you need offense at this championship, Kathy, and
Yep, should come up
you look
there.
at that, 0 points in the last 10 ends versus Manitoba, dating back to the game they played yesterday. So obviously,
More like normal.
they'd love to break through here with a possible deuce or 3 here in this fifth end with Hammer.
Hard, Matt.
Yep.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
And again,
Whoa,
Matt
whoa,
Tyon,
whoa,
the
whoa,
brush,
Get it.
and they'll bang it on the nose to sit, I think, too, Kathy. They've been looking at that stone top 12, and I think that's in.
It's so hard to know from this angle. For sure,
Yeah.
this is the one that JT Ryan has to deal with, regardless of whether that other stone is in or not.
Whatever you like.
Solid control.
Same weight then.
You want to bet a glass of wine on it? I think it's in. I think it's in.
What kind of wine?
Wow. Whatever you're buying. Whatever.
More. Yep.
So final stone here in 5. JT Ryan needs to come through the hole and make this red stone go away and try get a little roll. It is taking off, and they just get it by. A little flip behind cover.
Wow.
And you can see a bit of it. I'm right behind that stone, maybe half a stone, maybe less than half a stone.
He's probably got half.
Probably the best internet run off the line all year. That was
Unbelievable. Just gets by.
Yeah, I think you're gonna roll out with that.
There was no room.
The runners might be easier.
Or you just draw.
I'd rather draw than run it.
I don't like the draw.
Okay.
I like playing for this for sure.
Tie game going into the second half. If you don't like this one.
You have half or off.
I think we can make it.
For sure.
With what? What do you like?
It's not gonna fall.
It's gonna. This side
No, I
runs
know,
pretty
but-
straight, right?
Yeah.
Last time it ran straight. I don't mind hack with right there.
Hack?
Yeah.
Think it's be frosty out here?
Yeah, it will be a little bit.
Well, you have to believe in the confidence of a
Probably
skip,
only have a
but
quarter from the
this
half.
was similar to a situation the other day in which he could have taken a single point, played a high-risk shot,
What?
and wound up giving up a steal. Now, he's playing this.
I like it.
I have to
I got
believe they're
3/4
very
from back
confident
here.
that other stone is in.
Let's make it.
If you see it,
Because
I
there's
like
no way
it.
he's playing hack weight
Yeah.
at this if it's not.
what kind of weight do you like here? Okay, it's
I was
gonna be
thinking even if
heavy.
he makes a hit and roll.
Yeah, I think if you throw board,
You're gonna have to throw more than hack out of your
Throw more
hand.
than hack. Okay.
throw board, and it should come down to hack.
I think so.
Okay. Let's
So
make it,
brand
boys.
new spot, way out in the
We'll run
wings.
better than two.
Hack.
Final stone here in 5. Rylan Kleiter. He said, let's make it, boys. Believe in the shot. Hack weight right near the boards. This has to curl up. It looks like it's falling off a little bit. And they're going to chip it and miss it entirely. So now 2 stolen points in the game. Stolen singles belonging to JT Ryan and Team Manitoba, who lead here on a Saturday night.
The 2019 New Holland Canadian Juniors, brought to you by New Holland. #TogetherBlue.
Welcome back to Prince Albert, third largest city in the province of Saskatchewan, home to about 35,000 people. The site of this year's Canadian Juniors, but let's flash back. 2016, the men's finals. Stratford, Ontario, and Northern Ontario's Tanner Horgan, Manitoba's Matt Dunstone. In the third, down by 1 with hammer. Horgan facing 3, trying to draw in to tie it up, but Rex on a guard, giving up a steal of 3. Horgan could not recover. Manitoba wins 11-4. And it was Dunstone, Colton Lott, Kyle Deering, Rob Gordon, your 2016 Canadian Junior champions. And for Team Manitoba on the men's side, they have been so strong. Obviously, 4 straight. Matt Dunstone, interesting, 2013, and then Calvert took over, then Dunstone again. And JT Ryan, we talked about it off the top of the broadcast. He has been knocking on the door. 4th in 2017, a bronze medal last year in Shawinigan, and to be determined here in 2019, and 2 stolen points as Manitoba leads 2-0 in our second semifinal on TSN.
The 2019 New Holland Canadian Juniors, brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
Stay with it, Jordan. Where's Jordan going?
First rocket, 4, bang, bang, yellows go. BC hits 3, what a shot. BC champions once again. Tyler Tardy has been magnificent in his run. The juniors started for men back in 1950, and Kathy, no skip has ever won 3 consecutive Canadian Junior Championships, and tomorrow Tyler Tardy will try to do just that. BC in the final, and he'll face the winner of Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
I think John Morris was in 3 consecutive finals, but if memory serves, he won 2 but did not the first.
So in very elite territory, same for Sterling Middleton.
Yes,
Tyler's third is also
all those
looking
years.
to do that as well. So pretty elite company, and by elite they'd be alone. So that would be pretty incredible if they could pull that off. The three-peat for British Columbia.
And just a reminder that both Sterling and Tyler are not in their final year of eligibility. So they have this year, they also have next year.
So in our semifinal, our feature matchup tonight at the New Holland Canadian Juniors, the 2 points, singles and steals by Manitoba and JT Ryan. And once again for Rylan Kleiter and company, they need to find a way to get the offense going. And I think a 2 would be massive for their confidence to get 2 here, settle in the 6th end, and get on the board here with Hammer.
Well, I'll tell you, if I'm Dean Kleiter at the break, I'm reminding them that they're down 2 with Hammer, and in this 5-rock rule, 2s and 3s are scored all the time. So even though they've given up steals, they've only been steals of 1 point. They are not out of this by a long shot, and still, in fact, control last rock advantage.
Okay, you can go.
Lots of game left.
Yep.
Whoa,
Room.
Close.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Top 12.
Line's
Room.
good. Line's good. Room. Right to here if we can.
Tons of room.
Right there,
Josh, you're gonna have to
right
finish
there.
it.
Close, Josh.
Only if I have to.
No, no.
sir.
No, line's good.
Close.
Yep, now go. Yep.
Height.
Hard, Josh, hard.
Height.
Kathy, you mentioned Dean Kleiter, the coach. I had a chance to chat with him before this game. He's so proud of these young men and how hard they've worked. Well, Dean himself, he's been to 2 Briars as an alternate for Doug Harcourt back in 2003, 2001.
I like that.
That was Halifax, Ottawa, respectively. Well, he lost 3 provincial finals himself, and in chatting with him, he said, you know what, Brian, I lost one in this building as well, and it was devastating back in 2003. I'm like, well, you remember? He's like, yeah, Sheet C.
Oh,
so
yes.
he clearly remembered it, and he said, yeah, I have a little history in this building, and now as a coach years later, hoping to maybe write some new history with this young team led by Ryland. So kind of cool how curling comes full circle for everyone involved.
Still there.
Sit.
Okay.
Nice. Sliding just a little bit deep. Well, he might have been in tough if he had less weight. Very little space. When that weight comes off, the rocks go sideways.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's a good shot.
Nicely done. Gets rid of the most dangerous stone, which is in the 4-foot, and does leave his shooter there. He can always run that back.
Yeah. Good shot.
Good sweep.
Joshua Matters made some nice runbacks for Saskatchewan in this game.
That's better. I don't think we're there. I don't think we're there.
Similar.
Better throw.
Yeah.
It should slide better.
No.
Line's good.
Back 8.
Hasn't started to move yet.
It's back 8, back 12, this one.
I think it's through. Brian.
Sit.
Come on, baby.
Sit, baby.
Come on, baby.
Sit, baby.
On boy. Good.
Well, we'll take a look at the numbers after 5. He talked about the run back by Joshua Matter, and he, in fact, is the lone Saskatchewan player that is out-shooting his counterpart for Saskatchewan versus Manitoba. Pretty even on the bottom. The edge to Manitoba a little bit. The biggest difference right now is that thirds, where Saskatchewan's third is struggling a little bit at 60% versus 73 for Manitoba.
After 5, brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years.
When you look at those numbers overall, these are 2 very good teams, and they are relatively low. But you have to remember that the scorers when the shots were being called for hit and rolls and we would see repeated hits and sticks, they're not getting full points for that because it's not what the called shot was.
Hard, Matt, you got it.
Hard!
Hard, Matt.
Hard!
Really hard.
Josh Madden runs the red back again, but he splits the uprights.
9-5.
A little down or?
9-5. The
Okay.
weight was good.
Weight was good.
I like this
Ripple
call.
Magoo time? What?
Just curls that little bit too much.
Right.
Manitoba will try to plug that hole once again.
My broom is scratching something. Yeah. You can see
Whoa.
the line here.
3.
Cole, 3.
We got
right
lots
here.
of weight. Yep. Jordan. Whoa. Okay.
When he came out on Jock's delivery, it's something on his broom caught on the ice.
Can't wait, control.
He's trying to make sure it's not scratching. He turned around and apologized to Saskatchewan, but if it's leaving something on the ice, two things happen. One, you can hear the scratching noise. It's pretty much of a distraction, but it also affects how you throw. Immediately, he looked at his broom, and you can see there's a scratch line behind him.
It's all the way from the back tee line, too.
It is.
Yeah, you can see it still.
Board for sure.
And sometimes there's staples on those straw brooms, and they're taped up. But if one of them starts to come through, that's all you need to start to irritate the ice.
Hard. Got to catch the back of it.
Sit.
Caught a set.
It's pretty heavy. I didn't get a time.
What?
but,
It was
I
like
didn't get a time,
10,
but
5,
that was
11.
heavy. Yeah.
It was a lot of weight.
Okay. Same
All right,
weight.
this way, the end.
Sure.
Same weight.
I honestly think I can give you less of a kick.
Almost like the same draw you threw a couple ends ago, eh? I gave you here.
I haven't played a draw on this side yet, but sure.
That should be close.
So it's a huge port as you look at it, but because when the weight comes off, it curls so much. It is continuing to be a debate by both teams exactly where the broom should be.
Line's really nice. Always Cole, I think.
Top 8.
Always Cole.
Top 4.
Yep, line. Hard line.
And now it makes its break towards that red guard and just died.
Oh, they lost that one. That had to be second shot.
Okay.
Could come here.
Don't we have to hit that back one or no?
Could play that right now.
Sorry, buddy. Just
Yeah.
stop.
Just tack.
Okay. I think so.
Okay, a little less weight.
Okay.
Second less,
He's throwing. Yeah.
That was quite a bit of weight.
Pretty heavy.
He's throwing less, eh?
Yeah, this will curl a little less.
Now for Saskatchewan, a chance now to tap that stone at the back. Out of the house to lie 2.
I think down now.
Okay.
Back line.
Line's good.
Clean.
Line's good.
Whoa.
Whoa. Running. Me?
Clean.
Matt. Me?
No, just clean. Clean. Yep.
Trevor Johnson
Oh,
back to the yellow, taps it back, and with that it is Saskatchewan line 2 with hammer. Here in 6. Skip stones remain.
Good sweep. My first thought was like a hack.
I like hack.
And a good shot for Saskatchewan. If you roll
Line really
underneath
snapped at the end,
and
eh?
make it too
Yeah, I like
good, you
this ice.
force JT Ryan to play the draw, and that negates that stone that is second shot at the top of the house. By being open, they know that JT is going to play a hit at it. And 2 is very much on the table.
So, Kathy, you're Manitoba. You're up 2-0, which is amazing in a semifinal in a national championship. But is it weird for a team at this point to not even had hammer yet?
It's unusual, but it's not rare. I think that sometimes because there's so many rocks in play, we assume that there's going to be lots of scoring, but it's not necessarily the case.
Hard!
Yes!
Hard! Whoa!
Whoa.
Yep, Jordan. Yep.
Jordan.
Yep.
Any, go. Hard, go.
Got a little flip.
Just hack.
Same
Right
way
there.
as mine.
Yeah.
Well, nice weight by JT. Couldn't have gotten
They
much
held his
closer to
really
the
good,
top
too. Yeah.
12
Just hack
stone.
here.
Just hack.
Had a little bit of a roll, an opportunity
Like,
for
do you
Saskatchewan
wanna
to
roll
roll the other way now.
Almost behind ours.
Yeah. Would you rather play
Because
the
it's a
freeze or the
tough.
hack?
It's a tough freeze.
Yeah. Why is that? Because it curls hard or what?
Kathy, really impressed with Ryland. First time on the big stage, TV game, and they've worked so hard, but his demeanor, his attitude, you can just tell his teammates feeding off him as he is the leader on this team, and whether that's being part of a football mentality and being on sports teams, whatever it is, he's got it.
He's just a very calm presence out there, and even when he's not made the shots he wanted to, you don't see a lot of emotion. You just see determination.
Real hard. Real hard.
This is curling big time. They got to get it by that Yellowstone, and they will, and they hit it on the nose to lie 2 one more time.
Great brushing.
Good sweep. Way to hold that, man.
What number is that? That number 3 curls more than mine.
Well, nowhere in the stats do they give percentages to brushers, but we have seen some fantastic brushing. Look at how close that gets. Well done.
And right away, Kathy, they pointed out that's that number 3 stone. They acknowledged it, and they're just saying it curls a lot more than his other rock.
And as we talked about earlier, the teams get to choose their stone, and often skips will take stones that are not matched perfectly, but one may curl more. Don't really need that on this kind of ice, but it's really good to know what you've got.
Last stone for JT Ryan here in 6. That same path. Can he get a roll? Will it stick around for shot stone? And it
does.
Will. What a shot. And you're right behind there, Kathy. How much can they see?
Not a ton, but because it's so deep in the house,
Pretty good. Just back line with right there.
he'll be able to throw it down.
It'll finish hard here, Trev.
Yeah, it will.
If it stops there,
Like weight or ice?
it's ideal, but by rolling out, you can play down weight.
You just got to touch it a hair.
Yeah.
Well, and watching his cousin.
Basically just freezing to it with a little tap. Yeah.
Okay, so you like back line?
Yeah, just back line.
So Tyler wondering, will it be Saskatchewan
I think it'll be a low fresh.
or Manitoba and cousin Jacques tomorrow in that gold medal game?
Yeah, I'll probably just be just through.
Okay, let's make it, boys.
So just quiet way to get the finish. He's not anywhere near as far out in the wings as he was in the last end. We know that there is lots of movement. It will come back.
Ryland Kleiter, boy does he need this for some confidence. Final stone in 6. It is floating out there. It has to curl up big time. A little piece and moves it, I think,
it is enough.
Just enough for a single.
One yellow.
One yellow?
Or did it?
Are you sure?
Well, Jacques plays cards.
I think it's red.
I think it's red too.
I think it's red.
We can measure.
Okay.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, no.
Wouldn't be the first time I've done that.
Remind me not to play poker with your kid ever,
yeah.
by the way.
Big bluff.
That was 11-7.
That's all good.
Yeah, way hot. Way hot. Okay.
Oh, good.
I think it's slower.
11-7, I still think would move more than
I got a 15-3.
So a measurement to come, and the storyline, if you're just joining
Oh,
us,
it's interesting from this angle, Brian. It's much closer than the one that we were looking at before.
Yeah.
and we've done this for years, Kathy, the overhead even's deceiving until you actually...
Oh, it is. It's whatever angle you're at, it often looks more one way or the other.
So 2 stolen points in this game so far for Manitoba.
What do you got
One,
there?
almost one.
Will it be 3?
Yeah.
Red.
And the cheer tells the story here in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Finally on the board with a single. It is 2-1 Manitoba. Welcome back inside Art Hauser Center. Brian Mudra, Kathy Gauthier with you. Our second semifinal of the Canadian Juniors here on TSN. And for the first time in this semifinal, It is Team Manitoba with hammer as Saskatchewan picks up that single in 6 after a measurement. So Manitoba, JT Ryan throwing the Yellow Stones with hammer with action underway here in 7.
We were talking about it. If someone was just looking at the line scores, it sounds like old school curling, run them up and down, but it's not at all been that case. Lots of opportunities for both teams to make big rolls and to score some points and just not being made. And then there's a rollout and a chance for a blank, and that's what's happened.
Always Jacques.
Nope.
I don't want it for weight.
Yeah, you can't.
Yep.
Go.
And we heard the comment made last end that they feel that the ice is getting much slower. It did not do that this afternoon, but there are more people in the building tonight than we have seen all week. And so that can have an impact on the ice for sure. The ice makers are getting used to the temperature. We are on sheet D, and so it is one away from the stands that most of the people are in. And that certainly can have an effect. Wondering if it's starting to flatten a little bit in the sliding path.
And congratulations to Sarah Daniels, her team out of BC, the Delta Thistle Curling Club in North Delta, British Columbia, winning the semifinal, and will face Selena Sturmey, undefeated so far, tomorrow out of the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. So that will be the women's gold medal matchup tomorrow on TSN.
I don't hate this. If we made this, they're in some serious trouble. All right, let's go, buddy. Top 8.
Couple of options here. One of them is what Jordan was suggesting, which is just a straight peel. Open it up for yourself. The other is you corner freeze on that red Saskatchewan stone, looking for multiple points this end.
No.
Room right now. If line's good, then weight's good. Or whatever.
Weight's really good, I think.
Close.
We're tapping into hair right now, JT.
Team Saskatchewan, Kathy and Skip, Rylan Kleiter, lost a couple of dear friends tragically, and they've been doing their part to honor their fallen friends. And one of them, Evan Thomas, he was killed in the Humboldt Broncos bus crash last April, and their other friend, Quinn Stevenson, he was killed by a drunk driver. So honoring Quinn on the right, and obviously on the left, Evan Thomas. And they wear these on their team jerseys throughout the season. And in talking with Rylan, before every game, they remember their buddies and they talk about them, and it's a lot of perspective, even at a young age, that curling is indeed just a game. So they think about Evan and they think about Quinn often.
And it is a great message. Sometimes we get so caught up in this game and it meaning everything. And sure, it's important, but it's a part of life that enhances your life. It is not life.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Great shot, Josh. Beauty.
Nice shot.
And Kathy, in this building at the top of Section 3 is a tribute to the late Adam Harold. He was just 16 years old. He was the youngest killed in the Humboldt Broncos tragedy last April. He was drafted by the Prince Albert Raiders, obviously play here. He had played 4 games for the team as an underage player. He was expected to be a full-time player with the Raiders this season, and he was tragically killed when he was sent down to play with that team. And obviously a lot of Humboldt Broncos jerseys in the crowd as the healing certainly continues for that community, and that community as well hosting the women's Scotties here in Saskatchewan, down in Humboldt, with the finals tomorrow.
It's good. I don't mind this.
Is it a little early for that?
They're only 1 right now, but
Okay, that's good then.
they're gonna have trouble getting that red out if we hit and roll over.
Yeah. So you're saying completely miss the red, or
Yeah, like play this to go over
they're
here.
probably blowing it up?
I think we throw another guard.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I don't mind another guard
I think
too.
we play hit and roll. They're throwing peel in there and
Okay,
moving everything.
You gotta guard the yellow probably.
Okay. Like splitting center looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, splitting center's the best.
We have seen that these rocks are very, very lively, and I do agree with the philosophy from the 3 Saskatchewan players at the home end, saying that if we don't throw a guard and we hit the yellow one and roll to the side, some big weight ability will get rid of 2, 3, and then they're back in the situation of blanking. Saskatchewan would like to steal here or force, Manitoba to 1, and your best way to do that is to throw a guard and make Manitoba make the move.
Gotta go. Yep. Gotta go.
Hard, Josh.
Gotta go, all you.
Hard, Josh.
You got it.
Okay, whoa. That's a good spot.
So Trevor Johnson, the guard.
A millimeter low.
Beak
Rear
is
out,
really-
where do you like middle or just going a little more?
Beak is really close.
You want it low? I think that's close.
Okay.
Maybe a little more.
So a millimeter low, really saying you want to hit it on the nose, but just off.
Yep.
I'm assuming Jacques likes to hit
Whoa.
2.
Yes.
Yes! Whoa! Whoa, off! It's better.
Bang, bang. With that, it is Manitoba flying 2 with hammer here in 7.
Shoot. So close.
He was very close to making the multiple go away. If he catches that stone in the 8-foot, he gets the redirect and gets both.
Action.
I don't mind that. With like board or 10.
Like just, are you,
just
like
off
red
nose?
straight onto yellow?
Pardon?
Like red straight onto yellow? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
straight through to the yellow.
Okay.
Just off nose?
Yeah.
Take our
Do you
reds
like board
really
or
bad.
10? What do you see?
I like
Well,
control.
Board, yeah. 10?
Well, if you like board,
I think it looks a little tight. I don't mind
Looks
board.
like board to
throw
me.
board then.
I don't know. Okay.
Gotcha.
The side's a little straighter.
Pardon?
The side's a little
Okay.
straighter.
I like
Kathy,
that.
you know this
Got it.
Manitoba team so well. From what you see,
You got
are
it.
they nervous? Are they enjoying the moment right now? What are you seeing out of
Well,
them?
you just saw JT laugh. It's Jacques and JT are like the 2 old guys in the Muppets that sat in the balcony. And
Isn't that us?
well, there's that. But they do, and so it's a different kind of perspective. It's how they play well. If they ever get very serious, it's when the results don't. They aren't generated. You have to play loose. Saskatchewan, we talked about how they have their perspective.
Hard out.
That's pretty nice, though.
Sweet, that, yeah, overcurled a bit, but that's,
I think just a little quiet. I didn't get a time, but. I think just a little quiet.
It's great weight. They talked about throwing that down weight to get the finish. Gets that little bit of graze on the other red stone as well.
Where are you? Okay.
Can you get that red on the nose or not? You don't like that?
No, it's edge on edge, and I think even if we hit it on the nose, that
How does
red
that
just
look
sits
for back
right in front
eight?
of theirs anyways.
But we get
Close, really close. If anything, tight. Hey?
no.
No.
I don't think
Okay.
they'll move. I don't think they'll
Okay,
move.
back 8, back 12.
Back 12.
Closer to hack, probably.
Whoa.
Trying to get to the inside of that red stone.
Close.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Yes.
Gotta go for it.
Hard.
Hard.
Whoa.
Good shot, Josh.
Not bad to get shot, but that
I don't
shot
know.
stone
Maybe.
is deep. If Saskatchewan's right on top of it.
Right there. I like that. If you need to tick off, we can tick off a little bit too. But just T-line.
He can't just wick off a red. Okay. I see it now.
Yeah.
Just saying you have option B. If it hangs out, they can graze off their red
Lock it on
stone.
Oh yeah, he'll have no double, or will he?
Be
Pardon?
able to get back in.
Yeah, you won't have a double. We just
Yeah.
want to stay on the left side
Are we
of it.
second right now?
I didn't even look at that.
I think we are.
Throw T.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
We'll
What
put
do you
it there
guys-
for you.
What do you guys like here for a time?
40.
40-ish?
35, 40, let's say.
35, 40. All right, let's make
I think it would have been through. I don't think I got a time. Sorry.
It looked a little tight for back 8.
I think gotta go. Close.
Line's good. Go really close.
T.
Line's good.
Close, Josh.
Yep.
Skip Stones here in 7.
Weight's real nice. T. T back forward. Yep. T.
Yes.
Hard.
You got it, Josh. You got it, Josh.
Josh Mattern, the big scrub. And now who's second shot stone? Close again.
It is.
Right. Really good weight.
Jeez. I think that's not bad.
That's not bad at
Wow.
Oh.
How about a rock and a half?
No, I know. I think I just dead nuts it though.
Wait, beauty.
Time out.
Sure.
Just killed, man. Where are they? Time out.
Come take a look.
So timeout called, and Manitoba coach John Lund to the ice.
I would just, you don't want to move it too far because you don't want to leave.
John has been with this team
I don't think you can.
for all of their Canadian appearances. He's also been with JT forever.
Are we two? I don't think we are. It'd be worth a measure, but
that goes through? If you hit it like
Yeah, I think it goes right onto it.
I think you got to throw peel on the inside, and the best case scenario is that the three's gone.
it might
And then-
jump off of here.
And then you're here.
What do you like, John?
You don't think it'll just go through?
No.
I think I touched that a little
How
bit.
thick can you hit it?
I can hit all of it. Like I can.
Even if you get rid of this one and it rolls.
I think
Yeah.
it goes right on it, man.
You think it's...
And my biggest fear is you do something like this, like that dead nuts here. He makes the nose double. Then they got two like.
What do you make then?
Okay,
I think the only shot we have is either guarding it or do this.
I like the guard, and
What
then
does John
play
think?
that on your last one, maybe.
Well, you guys decide.
We
The
might
guard-
be two already. I don't
I think
know.
the guard's a risky call.
What do you like then?
Well, if you guys are convinced that it's going to dead nut it, then we can't do that. But you could think about coming around and tapping that red-yellow. I mean, those are the three options, and you got to decide which one's the best for you.
It might be us. It's really close.
Yeah.
I think if it's close, we throw it right on that canola thing and see what he does.
Because he can't hair this to make this, can he?
And time back in for Team
I just
Manitoba.
think the guard's risky.
I think right now his shot is playing this.
Yeah. Well, okay, if we make this guard, he's probably just making this to kill it. Then I just have to touch this.
This is so thin.
I know. I mean,
You
this.
can't
Like,
stick it.
no, I know, but I'm like, yeah.
Then we have a short run for two. Or a draw for two if it's us. Whatever you like. Got plenty of time. So.
Yeah, I'm just. I'm afraid of giving him something like this. 'cause
My
he can't
first
play
thought
on
was
this
the
side.
tap, but the tap's really bad if you spin it off and go to here.
Yeah,
and
'cause he
he's
already doesn't have
shot
anything
under
to
a
say.
wall, right?
Is this done? He's smashing. This just goes. And
I think the
we-
guard might be the call.
Yeah, right here.
All right.
Yeah, right on the canola. Yep. As far over as you can be. I mean, like this is good too. Does he have anything off this? Does that do anything? I don't think so, eh? If anything, it might just
If he
tickle
drives
us
it
into
by,
here, eh?
Yeah.
I touched this backwards, by the way, but I think it's okay. Okay.
Right here.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly where he took. Played the exact same shot, inverse on the second end, same spot.
Well, we'll hear from the third's mom shortly. Wait your turn. Wait your turn. We can wonder what Dad would do, as you see Jeff there. He's a world champ, Brier champ with Gary Burtnick back in 1995.
No.
Looking on, and now, Mom, you go ahead.
I was
now
just
you
going to
can
say,
comment.
this is where you want to be able to phone a friend and ask for advice. The big concern that Manitoba has is that if they try to play these stones, they feel it's going directly back on their own and making the shot for Saskatchewan and leaving it behind a pile. Whether or not you agree with that, there's definitely spots you hit it that it would nut it and some that you wouldn't. You never want to skip throwing a shot that all he sees is bad things happening. They talked about the out-turn tap. It is over-buried, and it's useless to play that if you might be second shot. So they feel that their best thing is to take away the raise, the angle from Saskatchewan, and then worry about their second points later.
Well, that's exactly where they wanted it, just above the New Holland sign by the canola.
I still think that Ryland has got a number of shots.
You see what I'm saying? Play that hole. Like that should spin.
Because if this theory is that if you hit that on the nose, it nuts onto the yellow, you've left it for your
If you throw a ton
opponent.
of weight, but what if you just throw like 10? Even if you roll it over, right?
10's only going to freeze to it. That's the
That's
force.
okay.
Though. That's the force.
I think you play
if
that.
you want that down.
Because then his next shot's gonna be this, right?
Well,
that draw.
He can't get button if you're right
I think
there.
they're second too.
Now, or is
Tell me what you think.
if They're sitting 2?
It looks like if you hit that with board,
I think they're sitting 1. It's close.
Actually, yeah, they probably are.
What do you guys think of playing the hole with like 10?
I think if you play board at that, it's going to be good.
What?
I think it's going to be good if you hit that with board.
I think you can hit this almost anywhere, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you got to get through the hole.
You need a little bit more than board though, because
Yeah.
you're gonna have to hit this half.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're going to be sitting
It's
2
just
around the 4 foot.
Yeah, you'll be
where's
punch-
the
you'll
shot for
punch
2
that
right now?
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
makes that. He probably runs something.
Like
Even
that's
if you
risky.
even if you spin it to here, it just makes his draw tougher too.
Yeah.
Let's throw 10.
10?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. It'll run, hey?
Curliers. We're going the curly way.
So here's what is important to look at is this
That looks
area.
good, Trev.
That is not very wide, so he has to navigate both the yellow port and the yellow-red to get through. If he gets through, it's all good for Saskatchewan. The worst-case scenario is that he spins the stone beside the broom into the 4-foot area and his second shot, but then for JT, really
Don't
tough
mind a
to
little
get
more. That
to.
looks pretty tight.
If he
Did they-
gets
It's gonna
through the
curl a little
hole,
bit. Even if
he
it's
makes a great shot.
Did they give you new toys? That was nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait's good.
close.
Well, after the conversation, the stone on the way. Ryland Kleiter.
No!
Final rock here in 7. And he'll tick that red stone, and now they're 1 for sure with a stone to come for Manitoba. Are they second shot?
What do you think? It's worth a measure?
I think it's, I'd measure it.
Okay, then let's just play a straight draw. And I guess if I touch this, it's not the end of the... I'm thinking button for my in is probably here.
I think you almost played it.
I think it's them, but it's worth a measure.
Why?
Guaranteed to
Okay,
you.
buddy,
so too.
you said
It
it
should be
was...
just as fast
you
out
said-
here, right?
Yeah.
You said it was you 5 minutes
Hair
ago.
slower. We haven't played this path as much.
Well,
I'm
no
guessing
matter
go to
what,
15.
this is a good call for JT because even if he plays
Yeah.
the tap red onto yellow, it's for 2. You go around the outside, and it is for 2, potentially 3. And if it over curls, you
I guess,
touch red to
JT,
yellow.
You ever play the tap through the hole?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Because I like this.
Okay. Okay.
And I also think that you're flirting with a port
the red one.
and weight that is not necessary. And here's the draw weight that we talked about that has been key for JT.
Mine's great, guys. Close. It's a piece of the
So
floor.
1 in their pocket for sure, possibly 2.
Mine's good,
And
guys.
who knows, maybe a draw for 3. Final stone here in 7. Team Manitoba up by 1 in this semifinal.
Nope.
No.
Always cool. Always cool. Sit. Sit down, baby.
Needs to curl and sit, and it will grab enough for 2. So 2 for sure. And that is the first deuce on the board in this game. And yeah, the former Briar World Champ. A little bit of cowbell for the kid in the crowd. I think it's 3.
Yeah, I think my Camus is on the 3.
I know. Correct. I just, when you said no, I just thought you thought something would go wrong. Nothing ever goes wrong with the tap.
Oh, just you wait.
Just you wait.
I know.
For 2 games.
All right, so 2 for sure for Team Manitoba. And one more time, a measurement in this game.
I don't even think we measured like all year, really. That's 1.
Camus
Yellow.
it is.
Wow. So not 1, not 2, but 3 for Manitoba, and that is massive in this semifinal as JT Ryan and company, a commanding lead, up by 4 after 7. Welcome back to the New Holland Canadian Juniors. And for Team Manitoba, the first time they had hammer in this semifinal, they made the best of it. 3 on the board, a lovely draw from JT Ryan to find back 4. And then a measurement, and yes, 3 on the board for Team Manitoba. As this Ryan Express trying to get to the championship final tomorrow against British Columbia. They started with a 2 stolen singles. And for Saskatchewan, really the story for Team Saskatchewan, just the lack of offense so far in this game. They've come up dry, and it just hasn't worked out yet for Ryland, Kleiter and company.
And sometimes I think that confidence is really, really good, but I think back to an end that Manitoba stole one when Ryland was playing way, way, way out in the wings in an area that has not been played in before, because he just really felt confident he was going to make the shot for 2 and wound up giving up a steal. And I saw that yesterday too. Sometimes when the shots are really, really difficult, taking your point and a sure thing, yeah, you don't like to take one with a hammer, but sometimes it just gives your team the confidence. But lots of game left. 5-rock rule keeps everybody in the game right until the end.
I remember too, Kathy, at that moment in the game, one of Ryland's teammates, I thought, piped up and said, hey, listen, draw, take our 1, and we're tied up through 5.
Yes, he did.
So, I mean, hindsight, right? But
I think you almost have to, eh?
I don't know where else you go.
Yeah.
it's a funny game because how many times, and you've watched JT Ryan and this team so close near championship weekend, right around it, and then maybe a mistake here or there, but sometimes you need a bit of those losses or tough mental mistakes to get stronger and come back.
I agree.
Can you ever freeze throw yellow?
I think
you always leave it on open a little bit. Right. Just top 12. If you're light, you're light. Yeah.
Jordan, a very accomplished baseball pitcher. As another sport, we talk about how these dual athletes are not only very talented, but also the mental and the physical training that comes from playing other sports.
Go heavy.
Like lots of room.
Yeah.
Go.
Now this is the audible. They wanted it in front, trying to make sure they don't set up the double.
Okay.
Okay. So I shouldn't have.
It's top 8. Top 8, boys.
Line's good.
Close. Might be there.
Okay, line's really good.
Looks there to me.
Okay,
Back
line's
4.
good.
Close.
Got
T-line.
T-line.
Room.
No, back 4.
Room.
T. Good. T. Back 4.
Back 8. Back 8.
Whoa, then. Yeah, back 8. Back 8.
You want to take and roll behind?
No.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, it's trying. 13-6. All right.
Okay. Okay, Josh.
Well, let's flash back to my home province, Alberta, and this was Calgary, 2015. It was Team Canada, Northern Ontario, prior final. Pat Simmons needed a big draw.
Best Sully ever.
I thought Carter Rycroft was going to kick that rock before it stopped. And there's the Batista bat flip / curling broom flip. And what a feeling. Back-to-back Brier titles, and there is Pat Simmons in the crowd, 2-time Brier champion, looking on.
Well, the crowd erupted watching the big screen in here when they showed that. Pat well-loved. He's here not only for interest, but is working with some of these next generation teams that Curling Canada has identified as potentially being 2026 Olympians. Team Ryan is one of them. Team Tardy that we will see tomorrow is one of them as well in the young men's area. Tanner Horgan, the other, that was at this event.
Really quiet, I think. Oh, no, it's good. It's good.
A little quiet.
Yep. Just push.
Just trying to provide more training opportunities, more exposure to high-level curling for these teams to help them find a way to keep finding an extra edge.
You and Russ didn't qualify for that scouting?
You know, the 2026, yeah, we'll be out there with my cane.
You like board?
Sure.
Or 10 even if you got enough.
I think we need 10.
I think 10's tight.
Whatever way you see.
No, we can do 10. Doesn't matter.
We got a stick, so let's just throw board.
I like board.
His ran really straight here.
And Saskatchewan does need to move some granite around. They don't have to move them out, but even just out of the 4-foot to the fringes of the 8-foot will give them some granite to draw back against, to put stones in Manitoba's way, but they do need to move them behind the tee line.
Hair up!
Whoa, then.
Great numbers on draws for Joshua.
No, Oh, Trev.
Close. Yep, Trev.
Trev, hard.
Hard, Trev, hard. Whoa. That's a good shot. Atta boy. Beauty.
Now peel it into that? I don't hate that. It's just not good if we leave that there, that's all. If I could ever freeze on the inside, that's good.
We're sitting 2A, so.
Yeah.
You almost throw up a guard.
How
too.
dumb is a guard?
Not. The only other thing I was saying is
They're gonna-
freezing the inside.
They're going to freeze around this way then, though. We have a run.
I don't mind. Don't mind it. The problem is, like, even if we were to make this, it's almost lined up for them to make the triple, and we're in more trouble than what we would be.
I like drawing.
Should I get a guard then? If we throw a guard, what are they throwing?
Freeze.
Probably a run, eh?
Yeah, and if he makes a
They
guy,
almost have to run the one I just played. If they make all three go, hit and roll or shot.
do you like trying it this?
That was the only other thing I saw.
That's not bad.
Whatever you think.
You can make that. That's real nice.
I think because right now his shot would be to play this, and I think that's what's going to
Get
kill
rid
us.
of it, sure.
I like it.
Like 2/3 low, thick half.
I like it.
I think it's closer to a thick half.
Okay.
Well, a really good discussion of all of the options. Right now, though, Manitoba has to be careful because they can get enough of the yellow stone at the top of the forefoot to make the double, which is why you don't play the stone in the house just rolled.
Whoa, yep.
Whoa!
Whoa!
So trying to run this guard back.
Whoa. Yes!
No. Good.
Jacques Gauthier, the run back double.
And then picks it out. They've got the option still with him leaving a stone there to hit and roll behind it.
Yeah, forward. Okay.
Yours is going to run a little straighter than Josh.
Sorry, guys. Just pitched it in there.
Okay. So I still think this. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Last year, those Junior Worlds, Aberdeen, Scotland. This year, closer to home in Canada, in Liverpool,
Down.
Nova Scotia,
Yeah, we're
beginning
light.
February the
We're light,
16th.
We're light. Like hack.
Close, Matt.
Like back line hack.
Real light.
Yep.
Like back line.
Whoa.
Attack.
Whoa.
Attack.
Whoa.
Hard on that one, right?
Whoa on the roll.
Whoa.
Hard.
Okay, good shot. Okay. Really good shot.
It looks long on the
What is that?
12 seconds.
We're
12?
third.
12-7.
Okay.
Thing, eh? Could play the same thing.
You see anything else?
It's like the draw.
Guard. But then he's chasing one of the ways, and it probably makes it tougher for us.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, whatever you like.
I don't mind this.
Yeah, just threw it.
Lows, do you know, because even if you do this, something like this, that's fine. That's better than hitting it anywhere high.
Same spot.
I want to hit more. I thought I set that a little bit. This
Okay.
rock should curl more too. Even a little more, JT.
I like this call much more than playing a guard because Saskatchewan's going to go around the other side. And again, you need to shoulder check and look at the scoreboard.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Yeah.
So he just threw it one more time.
Good.
And he'll nut it. So Kathy, Jacques, 20 years of age, you won 3 Scotties, represented Canada, and I know what an honor to do that. As we take a look at the replay, does he remember watching you at all? Did he have any recollection of you representing Canada?
No, because he did when I played with Lois and had my one kick at the Cat at the older women's category. But in 2005, which was the last time I won with Jennifer Jones, Jacques was
That's what I'm thinking.
98.
Yeah, it's that or
He
freeze.
was about 7 or 8. So, I mean, they came and they sort of watched, but he was really busy in hockey. He
guess
wasn't
if you
really
get to
curling
know-
very much. So not a whole lot.
Okay, I don't mind
You
that.
sit 2 behind that.
Okay.
Okay. Top 4?
I think so.
Both turns are tough, though.
Is that there? This way?
I think you got to run it.
Yeah.
Okay, do it
I
then.
think so.
Yep.
Throw normal or 10? What do you like?
I like normal.
Okay.
Playing the double
go,
run,
go.
yellow, red, yellow.
Okay.
Stick it right there.
Have to get that stone off the lid.
Weight's good.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry, Trev. Fuck. Okay.
I blast it, he plays this.
Right. That's his only out right now, isn't it? If we don't throw, what is he doing?
I think he plays do we just guard even if he makes some kind of run? Because even giving up 2 here's not the end of the world.
The best thing he can do if we guard is freeze, isn't it? Or make a double run and then we're still freezing.
Yeah.
I think we throw a guard,
we can put a lot of pressure on him, eh?
I agree.
I like it.
I agree.
We definitely like the pressure versus removing that redstone. When we go back to last end, we talked about key shots. One of the keys for Manitoba coming in was draw weight for JT Ryan, who has made some good ones but has struggled in some games this week. And it was this debate, is it 2 or is it 3? Elects to play the draw way outside, gets to the 4-foot for the guaranteed 2. They would measure, and it would be 3, and that is the first big points on the board. Not 2, but 3 because of great draw weight.
The key shot brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And helping Kathy Gauthier with her heart rate in the booth.
Just a 2.
Line's good.
3.
Well done.
Really sliding.
Where?
Might be on it.
Line's great.
Right on the red.
No, we're a little
So
higher,
trying to make
higher.
sure that Ryland cannot play the run back.
Cole, maybe?
He'll play the freeze.
Yep.
Or tap back. But this decision making brought to you by the scoreboard and the 4-point edge that Manitoba has.
He's guarding either way, I think. So you're going to have to run that in for 2.
This isn't good right now, though. If we do that now, that's no good. Probably, yeah, right there. So T. This is a curly run, yeah. I like that. Okay. Just T-line is good.
Well,
hey?
Team Saskatchewan, just the second 3-ender allowed this week, and unfortunate timing for them.
T-line, and then we'll sweep for a little bump on it.
Timeout. Timeout.
Well, they'll take a time. Dean Kleiter was making the big
T
T-bar to come down. Also for Saskatchewan, we showed them points for and against. Their average that they gave up all week was 4.
Just ends up being wide open, right?
And so this is a bit of an anomaly for them.
Are you guys just thinking, are you thinking you can get that and move it enough?
Pardon?
Do you think you can get it curled and move enough?
Well, if you hair it, for sure.
Even if you don't,
This is Ryland's first rock, too, right?
Yeah.
we got to make the run.
Yeah, this rock will curl in really nice, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's
I was
slightly,
just thinking,
it's slightly open even too.
Yeah, I guess we got to take a little bit of a risk here, right? I was thinking you could just run that, but then we're going to be back in the end.
do that.
You don't ever have enough
We could play this too.
On the second one.
Could play that.
Then he just comes around to here.
Yeah. Then he comes around again.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Actually,
have this?
It's the guards in the way there.
I know, but like with board is what I'm saying.
I don't think it is. You got to hit half a rock to
I
get
think it's
that.
slightly over buried too.
Yeah.
If you think it's going to curl in, you can tap with a
Can you
foot.
tap it to get shot, though?
I'm confident
think
you can tap it to get shot.
I think you can.
I think we kind of have to be shot.
Yeah.
I'm confident you can tap it to be shot.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go.
There's T-line, and then we'll sweep for that little bump. So right there, right?
And I agree with Ryland. I do very much believe what he does, that it will curl enough if he has back 4 weight to tap it back. Enough to be shot.
Am I crazy suggesting the out-turn draw through the 2 yellows up top?
You're not crazy to suggest it. The problem is, Brian, is it curls so hard at the end that if it goes through the hole, you know, it's going to over-curl, and you won't have enough weight to be able to tap it back for shot. And at this point, sitting on top of it doesn't do you any good.
I think we're there.
Okay.
T.
Really good.
Just line.
So Ryland Kleiter after the timeout.
T. Back 4.
His first stone here in 8.
No, T. Just T.
And they need something positive here in this 8th end with Hammer down by 4.
Go.
Yep. Hard, Josh.
Good scrub, get it by the red. Can they move it enough for shot stone? And just not quite enough. It looks like it's still yellow.
It's really close.
That almost looked like it grabbed something.
Make him make this for 2? Yeah.
I think right there, I don't know what he has to score.
Right.
He's got to play that through.
Right.
Well, we've talked about the battle coming in. The advantage was for sure Ryland Kleiter, second amongst all skips this week, but tonight it has been a bit of a struggle. He has had some difficult shots, but the edge for sure tonight, JT Ryan.
Player comparisons brought to you by New Holland, #TogetherBlue.
I think that's close. I got a 14-2 on that.
You know, Manitoba will try to corner.
In between the guard and the one that's top 12, that'd be really good.
Just heard JT explaining it. So in between
Are we trying
that yellow one, you take away the red, and you also edge yourself out. We saw how light Ryan had to throw to get that movement. So if you force him further out, he may not be able to get to that shot stone. And if it's half tucked, the run is also removed as an option.
Deeper than a 2, guys. Right here. Take a look.
Line's perfect.
Just to my broom.
Go a bit for that.
Line's great.
Go a bit for that.
Hard then. Jordan. Hard, Jordan.
Hard.
Come on, buddy. You got to go.
Dig, Jordan. Keep it going.
Dig. Go. Keep
More,
going. Keep
more.
going. Keep going. Okay.
Well, it didn't tuck, so they took away the tap, but they definitely left
Run really straight
the
here.
run.
A little bit of movement.
I like that. That was good.
How hard are you from this?
It felt close. I don't know the number for.
Okay, I like that.
So yellow onto red. Make any contact with that red in the forefoot. That yellow is
What is
gone.
it? Just off?
Chance for 2.
Well, 3/4. 3/4.
Just have to get that yellow a little bit across the red.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
It'll move a little bit here.
You got ice.
You guys like that ice?
Looks close.
Looks
Yeah,
good,
I
hey?
think so.
Here
You
you
should
go.
be able to hold it.
Yeah. Nice 10.
Final stone here in 8.
Good.
Ryland Kleiter.
Whoa. Close.
The out-turn run back.
Yes.
Yep.
Hard.
They need something here. Some late scrubs to it. Bang. Get it to go. What a shot.
Lovely shot. Beautiful weight for that shot.
A much-needed confidence booster as Ryland brings the crowd alive here in Prince Albert. And one more look.
Look at the controlled weight that he threw. Didn't overthrow it. Good call. Great brushing. Lovely shot for 2.
They're not going away. Ryan Kleiter, 2 on the board. Manitoba leads 5-3. Welcome back inside Art Hauser Center. And this building has seen a lot of great shooters over the years. How about Mike Modano, Chris Phillips, Leon Draisaitl, and in that last end, hey, how about Ryland Kleiter, a much-needed confidence booster, a beautiful run back. He scores 2, so it's 5-3. Manitoba leads, though, with Hammer throwing the yellow stones, but confidence, Kathy, comes in many forms, and you could just see the confidence on that young man after making that shot.
Well, and it was a beautiful shot. I love the weight that he chose to play on that. They knew that it would finish hard. And so for Saskatchewan, very much needed and very much in this game.
Line's good.
You can tap it, eh?
Room.
Line's really good.
No, line's good.
When ice is really straight and you throw really big weight, it's predictable that it's going to run straight. But there were angles that Ryland had to deal with on that final shot, and that's what made it so very good. Well, JT Ryan was able to block the draw, but he didn't get the finish, and so it does leave the angle run. But it's not a straight back. He has to hit one onto the other and then straight back. Just enough to move that Yellowstone out of the house. Well read, well thrown. Great shot.
It's amazing. He had to move not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 stones he had to move. And as you said it was almost Christmas treed.
Yes.
Use that term, and brilliant.
Beautiful.
Great shot from the young man.
And this is where the 5-rock rule does not allow you to defend. Manitoba choosing to play to the wings and stay away from those guards until they can start to remove them, which is now. But in the meantime, a great come around, fully buried by Saskatchewan.
Is the other way better to play it? Just worried about jamming, that's all.
If you ever jam, though.
Yeah, we can play it this way. You have to hit it real fat.
Whatever you like.
I don't mind this way. Let's try it.
Try it.
Yeah, if you just like, make this double two, it's fine.
Yep. All good.
Whoa.
So Jordan Peters will try
hard.
Clean up the mess out front for Manitoba.
Just misses the second one. Was trying to remove two. Only got one, and so Saskatchewan will put it back as far away as they can.
Right side, right. Yeah, right side, right. Okay.
Okay, give it to you boys again.
Yep.
Line's good.
I'd say 2.
Okay, whoa, then. Whoa,
I'd say by itself. Looks hot.
Are you to it? Or past
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Want to go by? No.
Slightly higher.
Okay,
we're
here's the
freezing right
audible.
here.
We're looking for a
Slightly
1
higher.
for it to stop here.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We're not frozen. We're not frozen.
It's kind of a tough double peel, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, not really. All right, Josh.
I like the out, kind of. I just threw it.
Can play the same turn.
I think like 2/3 low, you probably miss it. You guys want to come take a look?
It looks, from here, it looks like you can hit a thick half, you're fine.
Okay. Like we're playing it this way though, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I like same turn.
Yeah. How's that look?
Looks real good.
Oh, good, buddy.
Well, this one queued up a little bit easier now for Jordan Peters.
Clean.
Clean.
Yep.
Whoa.
Clean. Hard roll.
Gets them both.
Very nice.
Avoids the jam. And the shooter well off to the wings. So a much cleaner situation here for Team Manitoba now in 9.
Just a 2?
Just a 2, yeah. Just a 2.
All right, Chef. You got it.
Good job by Jordan in removing both of those stones and also rolling his shooter off to the side. You don't even particularly want to guard your own stones in the 12-foot. Anything up front is something that Saskatchewan can and will use.
Line's good.
Gotta go a bit.
Okay, line's good,
Will you
boys.
wait on it, though,
Easy
Josh?
early. Yeah.
Take a look. Take a look. Take a look.
Line's good, boys. Just a 2.
Halfway. Weight's good. Slide more, I thought. Slide more, I thought.
What?
No line yet.
2.5. 2.5.
Got a curl. Got a curl.
Line's good.
2.5.
Got a
Whoa,
curl.
easy still.
It's got a curl, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Got a curl. Got a curl.
Gotta go, gotta go.
A little bit. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Whoa, whoa. Good shot.
Little bit high.
Perfectly guarded.
If you just peel it, that's fine. It's fatter than 2/3.
Hey, buddy.
Want still a little more?
That's good.
Yep.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. No.
No.
Sorry.
Curl. Okay, good.
Less. Yeah, need it a little higher.
Great shots, Cole.
Yeah, a little higher is nice.
Okay.
We saw Tyler watching earlier, and there's his cousin, your son, Jacques. What is that dynamic like? Was Tyler, would he want to take on his cousin in a big-time game like that? I'm assuming it's like playing your brother. It'd be really
You know what?
tough.
It is, but Tyler said something last
good.
year
We
or
like
the
it.
year, no, last year when they played, and he said, all I know in the semifinals is that one of us will have an opportunity to represent Canada, and either way it works for me. He is that kind of kid, and so should Jacques and Team Manitoba move on, I think that both of them would feel that way. They both want to win because they're competitors, but knowing that someone is going no matter what would be a really nice gift.
And worth mentioning, not only a great man and a great coach, but your brother Paul, who's been a big part of that as well. So holy smokes, what a family affair it could be. Obviously still some work to be done here in this game as we look at Tyler one more time watching on, but quite the family affair here in this building all week long.
And so another chance to try to run it back and also get that back one, but electing just to peel this off because of the angles and not wanting to stick it.
You want some of mine?
I don't know.
I didn't see it hit.
I don't think it hit, but.
Want some of mine?
Question of whether that stone hit the foam or not.
Just guard still.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
Start with that.
Yep.
You can always finish it, right?
This is your curly rock?
Yeah, maybe take a little bit more. We can finish it for sure, yeah.
So Ryland will guard.
Just a 2, kind of same spot.
It is hard
same
to
spot,
tell.
perfect.
Was Jacques just trying to pad the stats there by just getting another one moved out?
No.
Okay.
Pardon?
Wanted a hair more to the center line side or same line?
No, if anything, I'd say on the right side. Just because then when they try the run, they have to run it towards their yellows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just a 2?
Yeah. Okay. Trey, that looks like a little bit too much.
That does to me too.
Even a little less, yeah.
It's getting quicker, right?
What do you guys like?
Lots of guards here, like 55.
55?
Yep, around there.
He decided to take a little bit more ice because this is the stone that he has that curls a little bit more. But sometimes when you get to the hack, you think, even though my stone curls a little bit more, it runs first before it makes that break. And while they want to be guarded, if anything, they want to keep it on the right side so that the peels go into the yellow, and so you just want to make sure that you adjust.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good try.
Probably gonna play it, open a bit.
17-2?
It's about a third open from the
Is that what you
hack.
told him to go? Okay, okay. Sounds good then.
Just hack. If we get the guard, that's fine.
Keeping in mind that JT sits in the left hack, and so that gives him more exposure to the rock than if he were a right-handed thrower.
Just hack. If we get the guard, that's fine.
I get asked this a lot, Kathy. You can't just pick which hack you want.
Well, you
correct?
can, but then wherever you pick, you got to stay with it for the game.
So you can't go back and forth?
No.
Depending on the shot you want to throw. Wouldn't that be fun?
Guard pull, just hit it.
I'd like to see you throw one of both hacks.
Hair up.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Pull. Yep, hard pull. Hard.
Well, Chandler trying to get a little extra curl on the stone for JT Ryan. It's by the guard, no problem.
Keep going.
Get it out.
Hits the stone and right out the back. And how about that? Manitoba lying 3 with hammer here in 9, and just 1 to come from Ryland Kleiter, and it's got to be perfect around that guard.
Yeah, just bite the 8 perfect.
Well, and for Ryland, the key,
Just bite
he
the 8.
threw a long guard to make the run tougher, but now because the ice curls so much, you're going around a long guard, and you just saw the movement that JT had. So to be buried here, 8 foot is ideal because that will be tougher for JT, but it will still leave him the 4 foot.
Played that spot a lot.
I'll get a time on this for you. I don't know if his are going to be accurate, though. I think they're going to be slower.
All right, here you go, 40.
Yep, 40.
Let's make it, boys.
So to keep his
Close.
Line's good.
hopes
Top
alive
four
here
right
at
now.
the Canadian Juniors,
Good.
Line's perfect.
Ryland needs a beauty here with his final
Line's
stone
good.
in 9.
Top 8.
Easy. Easy. Good. Easy.
Stay close.
You just want
Just
top
you.
8?
Yeah.
Just you.
15.
Top 8.
Okay,
Josh,
stay
have to go.
close, Josh. Yeah.
Top 4. Top 4.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, 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 no.
Sit, sit. Sit.
And it just pops out that other side.
That curled a lot. So.
Well, that's pretty good. There's not much exposed, and again, what worked for JT last time will work against him this time. This time his hack is on the far side, so from where he sits, he will not be able to see any of that rock.
Same kind of weight, eh? You got about the same amount.
Yeah, when we're out of the guard, Jordan, just go.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Same weight.
Whoa.
Final stone here in 9. JT Ryan, if he can make this, it's pretty much ticket booked to the gold medal game tomorrow. Jordan Peters, get it to curl on the nose, make it go away, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Team Manitoba, and handshakes as JT Ryan and Manitoba off to the final tomorrow against BC.
I
good shot. I'm a little bit beside myself right now.
We got an emotional mom, and Kathy, congratulations. I know that must feel over the moon for you here in the booth. As her son Jacques going to the big show to take on his cousin Tyler Tardy tomorrow. We'll wrap things up next from Prince Albert.
The 2019 New Holland Canadian Juniors, brought to you by New Holland. #TogetherBlue.
Well, in his third straight year skipping a junior nationals, finally, JT Ryan, Team Manitoba, they're off to the big one. The gold medal game tomorrow against British Columbia. And Kathy, that brings us to the game story.
Well, it was in the fifth end that Ryland chose to play way out on the wings, a path they hadn't thrown before, and that gave up another steal, and now they're kind of behind the 8 ball. And in the seventh, when JT Ryan made the great draw for 3, that really put the edge on the game, and Saskatchewan was scrambling after that. Some great numbers for JT Ryan tonight.
The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. So Team Manitoba, some smiles. And now, next up, BC and Tyler Tardy. We'll tee that up next.
The 2019 New Holland Canadian Juniors, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. By Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. And by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years.
Last year, he won a bronze medal in Shawinigan, Quebec. He was a first-team All-Star at skip, and this year, off to the gold medal game as Manitoba will face BC and Tyler Tardy. Tardy searching for his first three-peat. No one's ever done it. He'd be the first man ever since 1950 when the junior men began. So for Tyler Tardy, pretty special. He'll be taking on his cousin, Jacques Gauthier. Before that, though, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, it is the women's final. Selena Sturmey, she has been dynamite. Perfect. So Selena in her first final, and Sarah Daniels defeating Nova Scotia in the semifinal earlier today. She's in her third final at the Canadian Juniors. So the matchups are set. 2 games remain, and they hope to change those crests into Team Canada. The men's and women's worlds, juniors, Liverpool, Nova Scotia. And that's what is up for grabs tomorrow. Thanks for watching our coverage from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Sports Center is now with Kelsey and Nabil.